Nestled in the beautiful Rocky Mountains of Big Sky, Montana, is the Yellowstone Club, home to one of Tom Weiskopf's beautiful golf course designs, and the place Laurie Weiskopf calls home. It's so beautiful up there. Why did you pick here?
Thomas picked here, and I picked him.
Thomas is the former professional golfer, and Laurie picked him nearly 20 years ago. They met at Silverleaf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona. Tom was there to inspect his course design, and Laurie gave him a tour of the new clubhouse.
He called after the workday was over and thanked me for the tour and said, "Are you married?" And I'm like, "Nope, not married." Do you date? And I'm like, "Yep, not dead, Tom. Yep, I date." We started dating in December of 2005 and got married in June of 2006, and I moved to Montana,
where residents can play his spectacular course. Her golf game?
My golf game was non-existent at that point, which was no problem for me.
What did you and Tom like to do outside of golf?
Oh, we loved the outdoors. I mean, we rode, we fished some. I'm more of a watcher when it comes to fishing, but he was a huge bird hunter, and I would go with him a couple times a year. It was more about family photography for me, with Spanky and her buckshot. But we were outdoors a lot. We loved Sundays at home.
Tom began his professional golfing career in 1968. He had 16 PGA victories.
I think that was a big deal when he beat Jack.
His biggest win came in 1973 at the British Open.
He loved winning the British Open. He was proud of his career.
But Laurie said the career Tom was most proud of was designing golf courses around the world.
He would absolutely hands down say design is and was his first love. And he felt very fortunate to have a second career that he loved more than his first.
From 1999 on, he and I basically traveled the world together. It was like traveling the world with my best friends.
Phil Smith was Tom's architect and right-hand man for 24 years and 34 course designs.
We got to see some amazing places, and what a gift for a kid like me. I'm just a kid from Kansas, who grew up in the Midwest, and so to get to see these kind of sites and to travel to these areas, was just phenomenal.
Tom's designs are considered some of the best in the world, like his course in Tuscany, Kauai, and Sedona, Arizona. His first was at Troon Country Club in Scottsdale.
First golf course he ever designed, and it comes out and wins Best New Course. First golf course. I mean, who does that?
He loved design. He loved being on site. He loved the challenge of doing as little with the land as possible, leaving what God had put there originally, but making it a challenging, fun course. He has a beautiful eye. I mean, he's driven to perfection, and you can't always get perfection, but he really tried. He tried to make his courses fun, playable, challenging, interesting, beautiful.
And maybe none is more beautiful than his 73rd and final design at Black Desert Resort in St. George. It's what Phil calls one of Tom's very best.
This was a very intense project. It's a very difficult build when you're trying to build in rock and lava. So you have to make sure you get your plans right, and you have to make sure you get your strategy right so that you don't disrupt an area that you don't want to be disrupted.
The inaugural hole at Black Desert sets the tone for the challenge ahead.
For those who golf Black Desert, Tom's voice will be there through every hole. In each cart, Tom gives his tips to those navigating the terrain.
This slightly uphill 489-yard par 4 offers a glimpse into the demanding test that awaits the PGA Tour's best. A large bunker on the right shapes the fairway.
One of the biggest honors in my life has been to have spent time with Tom Weiskopf on his final course design. His heart was as big as Montana, and Laurie was always right here by his side doing this with him. And she's coming to the tournament, and when she reached out to me and said, hey Patrick, I think I want to come to Tom's tournament. That made my heart melt that she called it Tom's tournament. That was like a highlight.
In December of 2020, with Black Desert just underway, Tom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Through treatments and design changes, Laurie never left his side.
We took the Sprinter van. It was the maiden voyage, actually, of our Sprinter journey. And Tom was very excited about it. And, you know, we were in treatment at the time when we went, but he was bound and determined to make that trip. So it was very special.
Imagine Tom Weiskopf at 76 years old walking a project and a property like that, but that's how committed he was. And so we lost him a couple of times. He tripped and fell in the lava and we had to pull him out, kind of bloodied and battered. But we were able to get him on site a couple of times when he was feeling a little bit better. And Laurie, of course, accompanied him when he traveled so that he could do that. But Laurie was just amazing.
Tom passed away 2 years ago at the age of 79, nearly 2 years after his diagnosis. Today, Laurie lives in the home they built together at the Yellowstone Club. This week, she'll be in St. George at the inaugural Black Desert Championship, walking through her husband's final gift to golf.
Yeah, it'll be happy, it'll be sad. It'll be a challenging week, but I've had plenty of those. You know, Tom did everything. I mean, everything. He had the Whipple surgery to be cancer-free. I mean, that was the whole goal. And he fought for 22 months, so he, didn't get the outcome he wanted.
You know, I know she feels Tom's presence, and I know she will when she's here at Black Desert. You know, it's been a tough couple of years, and she is one of the strongest people that I know, and I know that she's going to, do her best to enjoy herself, but at the same time, it'll be kind of a bittersweet time for her as she sees, the work that we did there.
Having this be Tom's last course is just such an honor to have Tom been so involved and have his heart poured into this course. Just before he passed, he said this was his favorite course design. I probably shouldn't quote him, but he said this was his favorite, and we'll always be able to have Tom in our hearts and know that this was what he enjoyed doing toward the end of his life.
It really just became a goal of all of us just to make Tom proud. I think heaven's a little greener with Tom up there,
From his 1973 British Open victory to his 73rd course design, Laurie and the world will see the spectacular Black Desert Resort left behind by one of golf's greatest designers.
I hope they're blown away and just have loved the experience, because it is a dramatic, beautiful spot on this earth. And I'm just happy Tom Weiskopf is there on it.
For Beyond the Game, I'm Kathy Aiken for KSL.com.